Fort Rucker, a great day for our children, a great day for this Wiregrass community. Let's give ourselves a hand here. Well, distinguished guests, family, friends, on behalf of General Gaylor, I want to thank you for attending this historic day, this wonderful day here at Fort Rucker. And a very special thanks to Dr. Huddleston, Dr. Coleman, and Lieutenant Colonel Yoder for their attendance and participation in this groundbreaking ceremony, which is truly the beginning of a new chapter at Fort Rucker for our children and for education here. This is a great step forward in our continuing efforts to have world-class education for our children. And you think back to a day 55 years ago where they were breaking ground here, and some of you may have been here. Was anyone here in 1963? We know some were here in 1967, Chaplain. See what happens to you when you hang around Fort Rucker, boys and girls? So what was that like in 1963? And not to go down memory lane because some of us have way too much memory. But what I would say is just think about this for a few minutes. In 1963, the cost of a car was $3,000. There were no Ford Mustangs yet in the inventory in 1963. I don't know what teenage children drove prior to 1964. The average home cost $10,000. There was a brand new music sensation on the music scene. It was called the Beatles. And all I can tell you was my mother was 5'3", but with the bouffant hairdo that she had, she was about 6 feet tall. The school that was built here in 1963 was state-of-the-art for its time. It had the cutting-edge technology such as overhead projectors, 35mm projectors, and the Kodak carousel projectors that we would use to give ways for children to sleep after lunch, as they went through. Times have changed, and we have to change with them. This school that was on this ground achieved success for thousands of children. It literally wore itself out, giving its all to our children and to that future that we now live today. And so too will this new facility prepare our children for the future. There are many things that have changed in our world since 1963, but one thing is for sure, just looking out here, is our commitment to education, to the betterment of our children, to the preparation of them for our future and their future is undiminished, if not increased over the years. And so I want to thank each and every one of you for coming today. You can look across here and tell that we have a committed environment here in the Wiregrass community for education, for the betterment of our children, and the building of our community. And I want to thank you for your participation and your commitment in that. So in a couple of minutes, we're going to shovel some dirt, which was really the only thing I'm qualified to do here. And we're going to get started on that journey. A journey that's going to have a place that will be a place of pride, as we were describing earlier. It's going to be a wonderful environment for our children and for our educators and our volunteers to participate in the education process. Now, I want to hasten that despite the great craftsmanship that the construction crews are going to do and the tremendous architecture and thought that went into this building, it's just brick and mortar. The magic occurs with the educators and the volunteers that come here and interact with those children. But this facility will be worthy of that task and will enable them to do things that they can't do now in terms of collaboration, applying technologies that will prepare them for the future. And who knows, maybe 50 years from now, another one of them will be standing up here breaking ground on the third school that was here at Fort Rucker. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for coming today. And I want to also thank Dr. Rogers and all the folks here that have put on part of the music and preparing this special ceremony for us. We couldn't do it without you here at Fort Rucker, and we deeply appreciate your commitment. Anyway, thank you again for coming. I look forward to shoveling some dirt and getting this project underway above the best.
As your name is read, we invite the official party to move forward, pick up a shovel, and move to the groundbreaking area in order. Please put on your hat, stick your shovel in the ground, and stand behind your shovel. Mr. Jeremy Harville, Senior Project Manager, Carruthers Construction Incorporated. Dr. Christy Huddleston, Dodea America's Southeast District Superintendent. Dr. Lisa Coleman, Dodea America's Southeast District, Georgia, Alabama Community Superintendent. Lieutenant Colonel Andrew P. Yoder, Deputy Commander, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Command Sergeant Major Greg Chambers, United States Army Aviation Center of Excellence, Command Sergeant Major. Mr. William G. Kidd, United States Army Aviation Center of Excellence, Deputy to the Commanding General. Dr. Vicki Gilmer, Principal, Fort Rucker Schools. Mrs. Becky Chambers, Fort Rucker School Board President. Mrs. Melissa von Eschenbach, former Fort Rucker School Board President. Colonel Brian E. Walsh, Fort Rucker Garrison Commander. Command Sergeant Major Christopher D. Spivey, Fort Rucker Garrison Command Sergeant Major. Groundbreakers. We'll take 3 different photos. For the first photo, please remain standing behind the shovels, look at the photographers, and pause for the photo. For the next photograph, please retrieve a shovel full of soil, look at the photographer, and pause for the photo. For the last photo, on the count of 3, students say it with me. Turn your shovels to release the dirt. Ready? 1, 2, 3. For the official party, please return to your seats. The Fort Rucker Adult Choir will perform A New Beginning, written
teaching, lots of learning, lots of growing, taking that journey. Now here we stand today, making way for a new beginning. Let's break this new ground and say, fresh start, new day, time to move on, make our way. New dreams, new goals, new inspirations and more. Great memories have been made, now it's time to turn the page. We got this, here we go.
incredible. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join in singing Above the Best and the Army Song.